everybody, welcome. I'm Kayla here with PetMD, and this week we're going to be talking about glucosamine and chondroitin and what those are and why your dog might need them. Before starting anything new, check in with your veterinarian. They know your pet best, they know your pet specifically, and they can help recommend products and supplements and different things for your pet specifically. I can recommend products that I think will help with a lot of dogs, but your veterinarian will be able to see your dog individually and tell you if this is the right product for you and your dog. So what works for some dogs might not work for others, and that's okay. So we have a couple different products here that I'll talk about and what and why they might be good for certain dogs, and that may include your dog. And finally, if you have any questions about the products I talk about today or any of the products in our line, feel free to reach out. We're here to help. We want your pet to live their best life. So if you have any questions about our products, you can reach us at support@petmdstore.com. You can give us a call. You can reach us through Amazon. We are here to help and answer any questions that you may have to help your dog live a happy and healthy life. So let's talk about glucosamine and chondroitin, what they are, and why your dog might need them. So first and foremost, glucosamine and chondroitin are typically found in hip and joint supplements because glucosamine and chondroitin, both of them are naturally occurring amino acids in your pet body and your pet's body. So the body produces these and they help to make the joints move, so not painfully. So they help to help the body lubricate the joints. They help to promote water retention and elasticity in the cartilage, and basically help your joints, because humans produce glucosamine and chondroitin too. Now, the problem lies in when, as your dog's body gets older, and this happens in humans too, your body stops producing as much glucosamine and chondroitin as it did when it was younger. And so the lack of production of glucosamine and chondroitin can wear on the joints. So it can cause inflammation, it can cause pain in the joints, it could cause stiffness in the joints, and then those things in turn cause your dog not to be able to walk as well. They start to slow down, so you'll notice them not being able to go upstairs as well as they used to, going on shorter walks, not getting up and down from their beds as easily as they used to, or not greeting you as quickly as they used to because their hips hurt, their joints hurt. So in that case, adding in a supplement that contains glucosamine and chondroitin can help stimulate the growth of cartilage cells and normalize the synovial fluid, which lubricates the joints. And chondroitin, that's glucosamine, and chondroitin helps promote water retention and elasticity in cartilage, and it helps ensure adequate shock absorption and reduce and adequate nourishment of the tissues that line the joint. So both are great at helping in a supplement form, both of them are great at really helping the joints reduce inflammation and kind of get back to the way they used to work. So, having the two of them together is essential in any hip and joint supplement that you're going to give your dog. And that's probably the bare minimum of what you're going to get in a hip and joint supplement. So if you're looking for a hip and joint supplement, obviously you don't really need to look further than here. But those are going to be your basic ingredients that you need to have in a hip and joint because, like I said, as the body ages, as your dog's body ages, it stops producing as much glucosamine and chondroitin, and then that is what causes the inflammation. So in order to help reduce that inflammation, which causes the pain, you need to add back in that glucosamine and chondroitin. So, and that is something, the great thing about glucosamine and chondroitin is that since the body already produces it, giving your pet a supplement with it in there is going to have little to no side effects to it. So as you're noticing your dog getting up there in age, if you notice them slowing down a little bit, adding in a hip and joint supplement is going to be a great option for them, just because it can help to either help them to start walking better again, and either prevent them from needing any further care, or push that care off to way further down the road. Because when you get into heavier, more advanced arthritis or osteoarthritis or hip and joint pain, then you're looking at medications and steroids, NSAIDs for anti-inflammatories, and those all have side effects to them. They're great drugs that your dog may need, but they do carry side effects with them. And so if you can push off needing those, that is wonderful. And so a hip and joint supplement could help with that, because these can be used long term. So, you're not having to, you're able to give your dog something that can potentially help them, and reduce that hip and joint pain, without having the need to start medication. But like I said, that's something that you definitely need to check in with your veterinarian for, because they may feel like your dog's pain is kind of at an elevated, past a hip and joint supplement being the only thing they need. So it could also be that there's something else that's going on too. So that's why getting a veterinarian's opinion, taking your dog in for a vet for an examination is key, because there could be something else going on that you don't know about. And so having a veterinarian just look them over and being like, yes, that's a hip and joint issue, they're suffering from arthritis or something like that, then you kind of know where you're at. So glucosamine and chondroitin are super important to the body, super important to the hips and joints to help them move and function properly. So you'll find glucosamine and chondroitin in all three of these products that I have in front of you, and these are all slightly different products. So what do you need? When would you need any of these products? So first up is, I'll start with the 5-in-1 multivitamin. And so if you have a younger dog, or a big dog, or a younger dog, or I would recommend starting your dog on a 5-in-1 multivitamin, even before they start exhibiting any issues with hip and joint. And so the 5-in-1 has a lot of different stuff in it. It's got 30 different essential minerals and ingredients to support overall health and wellness. So you can start giving this at 12 weeks of age and older. And so 5-in-1 is just really great to give your dog to just kind of make sure that they're getting all of the supplements that they need. And like I said, it includes glucosamine and chondroitin, so that can help to reduce any inflammation before you even notice anything too. So starting this is a great first step in your dog's health. So these are just easy chews. And that's what they look like. And dosing for these is under 30 pounds would be 2 of these a day. And then over 70 pounds would be 8 of these a day. And you can divide this between morning and night. And so in each container, there's 120 soft chews. And so there's a lot of stuff in these. There's, like I said, there's 30 different supplements in here, like the glucosamine and chondroitin. So basically anything that your pet may need to help support a healthy body. For skin and coat, for hip and joint, gut health, there's probiotics in here. Basically, this has everything in a multivitamin that your dog could potentially need. So it's a great thing to give to them, just as a additional supplement, and kind of set them up for success early in life. And this can be started at any point after 12 weeks. So, if your dog is older, you can start them on a 5-in-1 multivitamin before you need to move on to anything else. If you're not noticing anything big or anything, really going on with them, but they're getting a little bit older, then it might be good to start a 5-in-1 for them if you haven't already. And then especially big dogs, they grow so fast that they may not be getting everything that they need from their food. So especially, puppies that are large breeds, 5-in-1 multivitamin is really great at helping to make sure that they're getting all of the nutrients that their rapidly growing bodies need. So multivitamin or 5-in-1 is a great option for any dog, pretty much at any stage, and it's a good baseline multivitamin, and you can give this if you're feeding home meals or if you just need something in addition to their normal food. So that's a 5-in-1. That's a great place to start. But if you're noticing that your dog is slowing down, or for some reason they don't like the multivitamin, or you feel like they're getting everything that they should be getting from their food, then you notice your dog is slowing down, or they are not walking as fast as they used to, it's hard for them to get up, then it's time to move on to a specific hip and joint supplement. And so this is our advanced hip and joint supplement. And like I said, it has the glucosamine and the chondroitin sulfate in it. Those are only the first two ingredients that you need and that are in this. So this is chock full of lots of really great stuff to help with hip and joint pain. So in addition to the glucosamine and chondroitin, it also has MSM, which is a natural organic sulfur compound. It's essential for healthy body function in pets. It does not occur naturally within your dog's body, so it must be ingested through a nutritional supplement. And what it does is it helps neutralize toxins throughout the body and helps facilitate efficient waste removal within the cells. So it has both antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. And remember that hip and joint pain is caused by inflammation. So when there's inflammation in the body, that causes pain. And so if you reduce the inflammation, then you reduce the pain. So MSM has anti-inflammatory properties. It's a natural pain reliever. So it works to relieve chronic joint pain by increasing cortisol levels. So cortisol is a hormone that naturally reduces inflammation. So if you can increase that, then you can help to reduce inflammation. So what else is in here? There's also turmeric. And so turmeric is one of two ingredients in here that has been used for hundreds, if not thousands of years as a natural anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. And like I said, it's been used for a long time in human and animal medicine. So it is known for its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. And then this also contains black pepper extract, because there's been studies that have shown that black pepper extract helps the curcumin that's in turmeric. That's what helps reduce inflammation and access the antioxidant. Black pepper has been shown in some studies to help with the absorption of the body's absorption of the curcumin. So that's in there as well. And then there's also yucca in here, and yucca is a plant that is native to the southwest United States and the northwest of Mexico, and so it's a plant found in the deserts there. It's along with turmeric, it's been used for thousands of years as a plant that is used for arthritis because of its anti-inflammatory properties. It's also a natural deodorizer, so you may find yucca in some pet foods as well to kind of help reduce waste odor in pets. But in this, that's kind of a secondary effect. In the advanced hip and joint, it's in there for its anti-inflammatory properties. So lots of different really great things in here. So it's not just the glucosamine and chondroitin going to work to reduce the hip and joint pain, but there's MSM, turmeric, and yucca also in there to just add extra layers to help reduce that inflammation and help that your dog feel better and not be in pain. So these are bacon flavored, and they're look like this. So they have that yellow tint to them, and that's the turmeric. And because turmeric is a naturally, a natural substance, it may slightly vary jar to jar with its yellow color, and that's normal because turmeric can vary slightly by batch, but that's what it looks like, and they're bacon flavored, so dogs are going to love them. And there's also vitamin E in here, which I didn't mention either, and vitamin C. All, again, good stuff to help reduce inflammation and help the body heal, and so that the hips don't feel as painful. So dosing on these, again, this is a 120 count jar. So for these, you'll do dogs up to 25 pounds, 2 chews a day, 75 plus pound dogs, 4 chews a day, and you can divide those between morning and night. You can also do loading doses on this, so increase, double it to for the initial couple of weeks to do initial loading dose, and then you can go back down to maintenance levels. And you should be able to see results within 6 to 8 weeks. And the reason for that is because, it wasn't overnight that your dog's body lost the glucosamine and chondroitin, and it's not overnight that it's going to build up back to the levels that it needs to really reduce that inflammation and help your dog feel better and move better. So it takes a couple weeks for the body to build up those levels. But on the inverse, it'll take a few weeks for, if you ever need to stop, it'll take a few weeks for those levels to go back down again. And if you do stop, you most likely will see a reduction in their movement as the glucosamine and chondroitin leave their body. And so just keep that in mind if, for whatever reason, you run out, or you're on vacation and the dog sitter forgets to give your dog these, or you forget it for a couple of days, or whatever reason, missing a dose or missing a couple of days isn't going to be a cause for alarm, because the body's built up enough to function, and so it'll take a while before you start seeing any reduction in anything that that your dog has gained. So that's our Avence Hip and Joint. I think this is a really great product. So if you started to notice your dog is slowing down a little bit, this is a great option to start them off with. And like I said at the beginning, adding in a glucosamine and chondroitin supplement can help to push the need for, medications to either never or later. So you don't need to, so hopefully you can push the need for steroids or NSAIDs or any other medications from your vet to later, or never, hopefully. Adding in a hip and joint supplement is great for when you first start noticing your dog slowing down, or not being able to get off the couch as easily, or not walking as far as they used to, or just moving with stiff legs. So one thing about glucosamine is that glucosamine, not all the time, but most of the time in a supplement, is derived from shellfish. And so if your dog is notorious for eating everything, and then they end up they eat these, and then after a couple days they end up not wanting to eat them, there's the possibility that they may have a shellfish allergy. And if you haven't fed them any shellfish before, you might not know this, or, it's not necessarily something that's in a lot of dog food. So that could be a reason why they don't want to eat it. And that's going to be in a lot of hip and joint supplements. So just keep that in mind, that the glucosamine in here, the source is shellfish, The chondroitin sulfate, the source of that in this is porcine, which is pork. But if you're looking for something, you're like, okay, yeah, my dog is allergic to shellfish, or my dog is allergic to, there's, other things in here that make the chews. So flaxseed meal, palm oil, pea flour. There's a lot of things in here that maybe your dog is allergic to. Maybe your dog has a really sensitive stomach and can't really handle a lot of different foods. That's where our bone broth powder comes in. So this is literally 2 ingredients. So that is all that's in here, is the premium ground grade A antler powder and free-range elk bone powder. So just elk antler and elk bone powder. That's literally all that's in here. So if your dog has allergies, this is a great option for them. And so that it's made with naturally shed wild elk antler and free-range elk antler bone. So it's great for joint and gut health because elk bone and antler are naturally rich in amino acids, collagen, glucosamine, and chondroitin. So they help the hip and joints, it boosts immune system, encourages appetite, and promotes healthy skin, fur, and nails. So it's super great to, either just add into their food, or it's great for dogs with allergies. And it's a finely grained powder. So super easy to just sprinkle over their food. That's what it looks like. And so for dosing, you'll give, I think it's just 1 scoop over their food, and you can just sprinkle that onto their food, and they'll be super happy and enjoy that. So it can be given over their food. You can wrap it in our Wrap-A-Pill if for some reason they don't eat it, but it's a really great powder that you can just add over their food, and really great for dogs with allergies because it is just 2 ingredients. So if you're looking for that hip and joint, that glucosamine and chondroitin, but your dog is allergic to everything, then I definitely would check out the bone broth powder. And so bone broth is something that is really trendy right now, but what we've done here is made it into a powder. So it's not the broth, it's just the powder. So it's just the ground elk antler and bone ground up into a super fine powder. So that's our 3 products that include glucosamine and chondroitin. And again, glucosamine and chondroitin are naturally occurring in the body, and over time, your dog's body can start to stop producing as much of it, and that can lead to inflammation in the joints, which in turn leads to pain and leads to them not walking as well as they used to. So adding in either a multivitamin to kind of help them with a lot of different stuff, or a specific hip and joint supplement, or if they have a lot of allergies, or bone broth powder. There's different options available for your dog no matter what stage they're at. So that's it for today. Again, if you have any questions about any of our products, feel free to reach out. We're happy to answer any questions that you may have about the ingredients in any of these products or any of our products that we have in our line. And like I said, these are really great options to get your dog the doses of glucosamine and chondroitin that they need. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I hope that you look into one of these products to help your dog with their hip and joint issues and help them live a happy and healthy life.